Son of a bitch, Titan. Let me focus on your goddamn nape. Fuck off.
I just swing in and absolutely decimate everything.
Fucking Spider-Man over here. It's not like I wanted the materials or anything, baka. She had such a hentai voice.
I know. Well, actually, she might actually be a voice actor because like they do tend to actually have a few more voice acting jobs like outside of that industry, like in normal anime and stuff.
Man, I should just learn Japanese just to voice hentai.
I don't know why that Titan exploded, but sure.
10 out of 10 I would pay.
You know what, Jeff? I saw that same explosion that you saw, and I was really confused too. But yeah, I mean, I know some people who would.
Exploded, right? And I was like, what?
Well, I know one other person who would pay for it.
I know one girl who didn't have to pay for it. God damn it, get out of my way, Chestnut.
You named the horse after the species of horse.
No, that's the... Well, of course. I'm just calling it Chestnut because that's the species. Chestnut got in my way as I was trying to kill a goddamn Titan. Imagine playing an Attack on Titan, but every texture was replaced with John Cena. I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with people taking pictures with me, but right, this is the weird thing. So the first day I went as Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls. Then the second day I went as Lucifer. Both days I'd have girls. I couldn't tell you what their ages were, but they'd always be like, "Can I get a picture of you?" Of me. Which, I mean, I'm like, okay, why not with, you know? But
yeah, like it's like, and it's
I'm
always
like,
like, the guy will be like, yeah, sure, but then, you know, a lot of guys won't read into it, right?
yeah.
They let's be honest, guys are dumb.
Yeah, guys are dumb.
Let's be honest.
I'm pretty dumb.
But like, if a girl's like, hey, can I take a picture of you? You're like, that should just be like, red flag.
Yeah.
Red flag number 1.
Did I ever tell you about the time I went to a con called Konnichiwa, stoned?
No, but it sounds like a good time.
Went to Konnichiwa, stoned, and it was with 2 friends, and it was, what was it, I cosplayed as Dipper Pines because that's the easiest cosplay that I actually have. It's me literally putting on 2 shirts, a pair of shorts, and a hat. That's it, you know. So it's like easy, instead of like Lucifer, in which I gotta put on a wig and style the wig perfectly. But yeah. So basically, we had gotten high beforehand. We smoked a bit of weed beforehand, and on the way there we were like smoking a joint in the car. And I shit you not, the driver and his sister, which were the 2 people I was going with, they had some shrooms beforehand. And we got there, and we were having a great time. We weren't paying attention at all, but there was this guy this one panel I remember specifically was this guy talking about magical girl anime, so like Sailor Moon and Madoka and, you know, some other ones that were on there. And what was it? And he was listening to Genesis. Or Genesis, is that what it is? Yeah, I think it's Genesis. Anyways, basically he was listening to a thuggin' rap album, as he says, right? And he was just listening and watching the presentation, and he was like, damn, these magical girls be thuggin'.
Like,
And he,
completely of it.
like he's completely fucked, man. You can tell. And so and you know, we're all just doing our own thing. Later on in the night, we end up going to uh, a panel called I Philia, and this guy he went first part of it. He went as, well, it was all in one day, but you know, his first half of the day he went as Ryuko from Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Second part of it, he's dressed as a maid. He ripped out of both outfits throughout the day because he's a bigger guy. Like, he's not like big, but he's more muscly, I guess. And so you know, and on top of all of this, a Bernie rally had gone on the night before, so obviously Donald Trump's rally was that day. And it held in the exact same place that Konnichiwa was held. So, so you have a bunch of fucking weeaboos running around, and you have a bunch of fucking assholes running around. So, it was a perfect day to be stoned, right? While being stoned, I managed to talk to a few girls, and you know, I was, like I said, cosplaying Dipper Pines from Gravity Falls, and this one girl comes up to me, and no, it was a group of girls, two girls it was, and then they had a guy who was just there who looked rather upset or something, right? He looked like he was in the friend zone.
Oh, he guaranteed he
Felt bad for the dude, right? So
You're
these two
like-
girls go up to me, and one of them's cosplaying Mabel from Gravity Falls, so basically Dipper's sister. She goes up to me and she's like, "What's up, bro?" Because that's something that, you know, Mabel would say. I'm like, me being completely stoned out of my mind, I'm like, not all too much, just chilling, flying, you know, blah blah blah, trying to make small talk. Next to her is this Asian girl, an Asian friend of hers, right? Both these girls were, I think, 16.
age sound like a clock, buddy.
I know they were like 17, 16, something underage, you know.
Yeah, like you're like if this was like this would be so much better. What?
You know, Asian girl, she's like, you know, you actually look really nice, blah blah blah. Can we get you to join our Gravity Falls fan club? And I'm like, sure. How do I join? And they're like, you could just give us your number and you can join. Me being stoned out of my mind.
You're you didn't think that one, did you, man?
I did not think that one through, right? So I give both of them my number, right?
I can't believe that. So this is the kind of shit that a girl would be like, does that line actually work for you, right? And you'd be like, I don't know, just try it out, right? Just be simple as fuck about it. But when they used on you, you don't think about it. You're just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, fuck
You
it.
don't even think. You're just like, oh yeah, cool. I could be part of a group. Like, you don't even think about like the
Yeah, like,
possibility.
hey man, I was incapacitated. So they're just like, you know, I have one of them texting me. Her name, the one who is cosplaying Mabel, her name was America. I remember that specifically, right? No shit, her name was America. And, you know, so I'm just like
So many
texting
jokes
her,
that-
right? And so all of these girls, these two girls were texting they're using the same phone because the little Asian girl didn't have her phone and she was gonna text me with her phone, right?
So you know where this is going.
And so they're both sharing the phone and they're like, oh yeah, this is just her, blah blah blah. Your standard like evasion shit, it sounded like, right? I see them once more, and we have a nice conversation. They're like, hey, are you going to be at the dance? Are you going to be hanging out at the dance? because there was a dance at the very end of it that was like 11 o'clock to like 12 or something, and then
Yeah,
the con was
I
over.
think we had one of those here.
Yeah, they usually do that.
I would have went, but
And I'm like, sure, I'll go. I'm not much of a dancer, but I'll just hang out just to hang out. And she's like, okay. You know, and then my two friends, they were like trying to get me out and dancing with them. And literally, it was just the most basic EDM music. So literally what everybody was doing was jumping. It was just a jumping thing. So I was like, fuck it, I'll jump. I'll just jump. Yeah, everybody's just jumping around and shit. So I jump with them, and I'm like, alright, whatever. You know, it's just gonna be fun and stuff.
like, what?
So
I
then
might as well just enjoy myself while I'm here, right?
I talk to them. I see them one more time, and I'm like, sorry, I'm not gonna dance. We could talk and hang out and stuff. But they're with like a large group, and she's like, no, I'll just dance with my friends, blah, blah, blah. We could talk after. And as we are about to, you know, me and my friends were about to leave, but then I talked to her like one last time. Just, you know, it's the standard shooting shit stuff, you know, just talking about life. Telling each other how we got here.
Yeah.
This chick, right, as we are leaving, as me and my friends are leaving, she's like, see you later, sexy. You know, and that was how I ended off the night.